The brutal conditions have wreaked havoc at the Shanghai Masters. After 7 retirements concerning scenes and some breakthrough runs, the Shanghai Masters comes to an end on Sunday. It's been brutally hot and humid throughout the fortnight, with plenty of players calling the physio mid-match. Defending champion Jannik Sinner could barely walk when he was forced to retire with severe cramps in the 3rd round. Novak Djokovic threw up on the court twice, while Holger Rune was one of several stars who had his vitals checked mid-match. Rune later urged the ATP to implement a heat rule, and tennis fans also want to see the men's tour take action, even calling for the tournament to be moved to another spot in the calendar. Over the last 12 days, the brutal conditions at the Qizhou Forest Sports City Arena have been a huge talking point as players battled through the heat and humidity. There were similar scenes over at the WTA 1000 event in Wuhan, with Emma Raducanu among those forced to retire as she had her temperature and blood pressure checked before quitting her first-round match. However, the WTA Tour has a heat rule, which means players can take a 10-minute break between the 2nd and 3rd sets in extreme weather. When the heat stress index reaches a certain level, play can even be suspended. And it was on the outdoor courts on Monday. The Grand Slam tournaments have similar rules, leaving the governing body for men's tennis as the only one without a set protocol. The players and fans now want to see something change. I think there should be some kind of rule. We can handle a certain amount of heat because, we are fit, we're strong, we're mentally strong as well, but there's always a limit. I think it's also important to take care of your health. We need to survive, Rune said earlier in the week, and tennis fans agree, as a staggering 97% of Express Sport readers said they wanted to see the ATP bring in a heat rule after all of the retirements in Shanghai. But the fans also want to go a step further, as the conditions show no sign of changing in the years to come. To avoid more hot, humid weather, 91% of readers suggested moving the Shanghai Masters to be held later in the year when it's cooler. That's not the only change that tennis enthusiasts want to see. In recent years, most of the Masters 1000 tournaments have also increased in length and draw size, with 96 players now in the field and the event staged over 12 days instead of 7.